Iron Cross man-to-man combat on the East Front. Let's see, I think we're going to do German support fire under Hoth in scenario 4, Tula of Iron Cross by 3W. We've actually gotten through the whole first game turn. We're in the German player turn of game turn 2, and that is support fire. I plan to do that, or try that, attempt that right here with Hoth, acting leader right here. Well, I guess so Hoth is a 9 proficiency or 9 performance rating rifleman. I guess each individual, I guess Hoth and Poppin both have to roll separate for performance checks. I'll have to figure out. Do units always roll? Actually, that's possible. I can't remember exactly. Not going to take time to look it up. I think for firing, units always have to pass a performance check on their own individually. All right. Well, first some notes, and then I'll get to that attack. This note here, number 1. This is really to show me, or remind me to say, that this scenario is really driving home the idea that in Iron Cross, which is absolutely true, you know, however the designer captured reality, I'm still not exactly sure, but I think it was captured here, meaning what I'm getting at is, as the Germans are attacking this built-up area, of course every single Russian is in a building, in a built-up area, and specifically a building, and as such, the Germans don't have indirect fire. The Germans can't bomb this built-up area from the sky. They don't have any of that stuff. They only have the direct fire weapons that they have, that they're bringing with them. And the conclusion is that the Germans have to get in. I mean, the Germans really have to get in close, do some very close range fire, and then move right into assault. And they need to enter. The Germans need to enter the buildings, and specifically to assault the Germans, or the Germans need to get in the buildings to assault the Russians. And that means having and using covered and concealed routes that get you to the built-up area. In other words, if this were all clear around the built-up area, then, again, true to life, it would be virtually impossible for the Germans to get any decision here. And that, again, that may be frustrating in gameplay terms, but that does not contradict reality. So anyways, that's that. Now number 2 over here, this note is to remind me that, building on what I've just said, I think the Germans really need to use the 18 AP firepower of the Panzer IV-E, which means getting this Panzer in where it can fire on and at least suppress the Russians, so that the other German infantry, or the German infantry, can get in. But of course, the challenge is if the Panzer IV, or the Panzer IV, needs to do that without exposing itself too much to enemy attack. So very interesting, true to life, just great. All right, I already talked about 1. Number 3 here. In the, they call it a free up-down unit change, step of the turn sequence. I'm experimenting with, I think that, my frontline German fighters who I want to fire, I think I need to take, especially that free step at the end of the player turn to, and that's both players, to go up. So they're still in the building, but I'm going up, which does expose them some, but I get the benefit of getting the combined AP firepower of 8. So I'm experimenting with that, because what I'm getting at is, one side can basically hunker down and in hunkering down, it just can't generate the firepower to get any make any progress against a defender that's in built-up area. All right, so what I'm going to do now, we are in this spore fire phase. We announced the attack, so Hoth and Poppin together. They're the same squad stacked together. C squad. They're going to try to fire on. Oh, you know, I was going to fire on the IP, but maybe I don't want to fire on the IP. The improved position. You know what? They're going to fire over here. At least it's still a multi-hex building. Okay, so we'll get to that if we even get that. Obviously, line of sight is clear. Let me go and yeah, terminal loss is the next step actually. Nothing impedes the line of sight. Now we go to attempt observation. Oh yeah, so they get a 5. Oh, I forgot it's a multi-hex building. So actually 5 is the observation base. So actually I need to make sure that there's a net 0 or negative die roll modifiers. So let me go quickly through this before the video runs out. Improved position. Yeah, improved positions also change observation. That's another reason to avoid the IP1 right now. There's nothing in line of sight. The target is non-AFE and down state. So already that's a +1. So I need to counteract that +1. Target's not lower. AFE, commander, 4 more men notes, 2 men. Oh, that's it. You see, they would have made it, except they have to add 1. Oh, wait, no, never mind. There's 1 soldier that's up. I take that back. So I think that they do observe because the 1 soldier is up. That's how I'm reading that. So I do need to make sure I do the observation. Okay, so now we'll get to the let's see. Now we go to the PCs to fire. Hoth 9 has a performance rating of 9. They roll a 7. He's good. Poppin, yeah, good. Poppin has an 8, but he rolls a 4, so they are good. So both good. Both Germans pass PCs, so they're going to fire with a combined 8. So that's easy. That's 8, 4, 2. 8 is the pin limit. 4 is the suppress limit. 2 is the eliminate limit. Now the problem is, of course, is that it's 4 dice for the multi-hex building. Yep, and I don't have time to talk about one die roll modifier that I'm thinking that I would like to use, but it's 4 for the top Russian soldier who is in upstate. I still need to roll really low. I don't get it. Not too high, but still don't get it. So unfortunately, the next unit is 4 dice for the multi-hex building and 1 for being in down state. I'm talking about that guy right there. So now I need to roll really low to get anything. No, I don't get it. I roll a pretty average, and that's too high. So they fired, actually I need to put that. They fired in the second phase. They did get observation, which helps, but it's more time to get effects, right? And don't have a lot of time. So they're marked with my little observation reminder. There, observation reminder. Fired in this current second phase of the player turn, and then that's it. Did I get everything? Determine number of dice, roll the dice, and apply the results. I don't think there was there was no adjustment to the firepower itself. It would have been halved if they had not made their observation roll. Nope, there we go.